Popeye. Hello there. I'm. Welcome back to the Doctor Who Retrospective. I'm Scotty. You're not. We're on Series 4, Episode 7. So I want to see 7. The Unicorn and the Wasp. Doctor and Donna meet Agatha Christie. And this was mentioned in the Series 3 finale. The Doctor mentions to Martha about traveling to meet Agatha Christie. Well, here we are, although it's Donna, not Martha. And we're in the middle of a good old-fashioned Agatha Christie murder mystery. It's like Clue, but not really. And yet we have another good episode. Guest stars. What's her name? She was Jyn Erso in that Star Wars Rogue One. Rogue One, a Star Wars story that I don't care for. Felicity Jones. She was also supposed to be Felicia Hardy in the Sony Spider-Man spectacular, amazing Spider-Man universe, but didn't get off. They didn't have her right anyway. Why is she someone's secretary? Felicia Hardy is loaded. She has her own money. Why she gotta be a secretary? That makes sense to me. Anyway. So, yeah, and we just start off. There's no pre-title sequence, really. We just start with the Doctor and Donna arriving, and they realize that they're in some posh place that Donna's dressed as a flapper, and then we are introduced to the characters. One character of such gets killed off by something off screen. And we begin our murder mystery. Who is doing this? What is going on? And rewatching this, wow, they tell you right away, really. There's an interrogation scene. Once they get Agatha Christie and interrogating, they interrogate everyone, and that's what they were doing around 4:45, whatever it was. Every single person is lying but one. Well, they're all technically lying. But one of them, and I'm not trying to give it away, one of them, so they are saying things, but what we see is not what they're saying. One of them says, oh, I was in my study looking at the military stuff, and it's a nudie book in the 1920s. Another one says, I was in having my tea, and it's drinking alcohol. Another one, I was going for a walk by myself, no one else, and he was meeting another man. And then one of them says, I was packing my things, and we see them packing their things. Who did it? I wonder. Now, I didn't tell you who said what, but yeah, it's pretty obvious here, because this is the only person who is saying things, and we're actually seeing that on the screen, and it's like, gee, I wonder, could it be this person? It is. There's clues given out throughout the episode, like, Donna finds a room that's locked, and one of the butlers, like, pounds on a door, and when the butler shows up, that door is always locked, but he unlocks it for her, and it looks like a child's room. Wonder if that can come back. And when it seems like they're getting too close to something, the Doctor gets poisoned, but he is not human, so he senses it. And this is a ridiculous scene, but I love it, because he's like, I need something to counteract it, and he comes in and he's like, this, and Donna is terrible. Shake, milkshake. What? No, salt. I'm miming salt. If he can still talk, why doesn't he talk? So, and then he's going like this. She's like, what? A dance? Mammy. It's like, no, I need a shock. So Donna kisses him, and that's enough of the comes out. He's like, it's a detox. I need to do that more often. Donna just sort of looks at him. The detox. I need a detox. And yeah, someone tried to poison him, which kind of goes back, doesn't it? Reminds me of Tooth and Claw. Didn't someone try to poison him, poison someone in that episode? Correctly? Oh, we're back in series 2, by the way. A long way. Yeah. I also love the exchange, because Doctor and Agatha Christie. Oh, by the way, when Donna's in that room, she finds a giant wasp. She goes, "Oh, wasp! First of all, if I hear a buzzing bug, my ass is running the other way." She's like, "Oh, I can help you. Are you stuck?" I'm like, "What are you doing? It's a wasp. You try to help it, sure, but like it can still try to sting you." Insects, but no, it's a giant bug outside the window, and it attacks her, leaving a giant stinger in the wall. Wasps don't die when their stingers are out. By the way, that's just bees. Wasps don't. Although I will point out that this wasp is yellow. Wasps are usually dark. Whatever. There's also a thief called the unicorn that's supposed to be around. And, yeah. Now, did the unicorn, it's revealed that it's Felicity Jones' character. Because she's one that said, I was in the bathroom, I was getting ready, and it shows her with a gun and everything. Agatha and Donna found a toolkit, a lockpicking kit. So I don't think she took it. I think it's whoever this ends up being. But I love the whole interrogation sequence where they're sort of cross-examining these people and revealing stuff. Where the Colonel reveals that he can walk, but he just stays in a wheelchair because he wants to be close to Lady Edison. That is kind of funny. And Agatha's just like, I was just gonna say you're Edison. Oh, should I sit down? Yes, quiet. Okay. So he didn't, and then Donna every time. So he didn't kill her? No. Because the maid gets killed too at some point. And then then they cross-examine Lady Edison. And so the whole story with that locked room is that many years ago, 40 years ago, matter of fact, she came back from a trip to Africa, I think it is, and she had a case of malaria and was locked in a bedroom for a while. 9 months to be exact. And so they surmise that it is actually she has a child. She was with child when she came back, and she didn't want it to be found out because British posh, they don't want any kind of that kind of stuff going on. She's not married, all that stuff. So she had the baby. She gave it up for an adoption. However, this baby is not normal. No. Baby is not normal. We find out that this baby is what's it called? I forgot what it was called. Sectopine or something like that. I don't know. A giant wasp creature disguised as a human. She fell in love with a man back then, but he died when there was a tsunami. Kind of a lame way for a person to go. Can't you just say he was forced to return to the stars or something? Whatever. I know it connects to the ending of the episode. I get it. But still. Yeah. Also, I should mention, it's brought up, when the doctor looks at a newspaper at the beginning of the episode, apparently, within history, there's a time where Agatha Christie disappeared for a few hours and woke up the next morning at a hotel without any memory. And they gotta bring, much like with the fires of Pompeii, they gotta have the doctor be involved with this whole thing. It was aliens, so that he's connected to it, much like with Pompeii. This one's a little more acceptable than the other one, where I can believe that something happened and she lost her memory, whereas with Pompeii, aliens, I'm not going to say with full aliens with Christie, but, and they even make excuses at the end for the other ones, but yeah. So, it's revealed that it is actually the clergyman from the church who is the child, because the doctor reveals that, they mentioned that 2 young men broke into the church and tried to steal stuff. doctor reveals that actually, oh, you were able to take them, a man out of the cloth, and then he was, okay, so she said it was 40 years ago that this happened. And then they keep saying that, oh, you took him on a man in your 40s, or exactly 40. And then, wrongfully, like he looks at Lady S and goes, how old will your child be? She goes, 40. Wrong! If she got pregnant 40 years ago, the child would be 39, not 40. That's not how math works. That's how age works. He wouldn't be 40, not yet. See, this is how that works. He'd be 39, not 40. Their math, because she said all that happened 40 years ago. Which means, I'm assuming it was like summer type thing. So 9 months, it would be the next year. So it would be 39 years. He'd be 39 years old. Not 40, 39. Sorry, that's just how it works. But they say 40, whatever. Maybe the actor was 40 and they incorporated it. It still doesn't work with the math. And I'm not the best at math, but even I know that's what it is. Anyway. Yeah, so he freaks out and turns into the bug, which I find it kind of unbelievable that he could just go between human and bug form. Wouldn't he be some sort of crossbreed? But I guess he just looks human, and then when those boys came in, he got so mad for the very first time, because he's a man of the cloth. So, the very first time he got so mad that he turned into the bug. Right. That's what happened. And then he goes after Agatha Christie. Why did he orchestrate this as a murder mystery? Because Eddie Edison loves to read Agatha Christie novels. And, yeah. So that's why. So he chases Agatha Christie to the waterfront. She gets in her car to the waterfront because that's what universe. And Donna murders this person because he's after the stone. So she throws a stone in the lake, and the wasp falls in and drowns, just like his father. And even the doctor's like, Donna. Like, it's not right, you know? He's a living creature. You know, the doctor's all about not killing, but Donna did it. That's 2 people whose deaths she caused. Keep track of that. That's 2. The lady in Partners in Crime and others. I'm just saying. Well, she saved those people in Pompeii. Technically, all the people in Pompeii are also her fault because she came there with the doctor, and it's his fault directly that they died. But it had to happen, so I guess it had to happen. I don't. And then they surmise that they come to the realization that this is supposed to happen. She's going to have her memory erased, and they find her car on the waterfront, and then she wakes up at a hotel the next day. But she doesn't. I said this when I watched, but she doesn't mention the strange man and woman by a police box that dropped her off, that is there when she is found at the. You think she would be unconscious and left on the steps or something. And then they make up excuses for everyone else. Oh, they're so British. They don't want any kind of publicity like that, so they're going to be quiet. And the unicorn, well, she's just going to leave. She was never there. She'll go on her way. Flimsy excuses, but sure. And then we get to the TARDIS, where the Doctor shows Donna a print of I don't know what it's called, a uniform of Wasp, or whatever the title is called, that is printed in the year 500 billion or 5 billion or something like that. They're still printing the novels in the future, apparently. She's the most read novelist ever. I've never read any of her books, but I imagine they would be good. Or did it say Murder on the Nile? That's an Agatha Christie, right? Those books, the guy with the mustache, right? The Kenneth Branagh movies, those are Agatha Christie, right? Inspired by her works, whatever. Adaptations. Yes, and then they fly off. It's a good episode. It's a good episode. We got some bangers coming up. I don't remember what comes after this two-parter, but this two-parter is actually really good. It is really good. It introduces a character that would contribute to the longevity of the show and be a character far after David Tennant's run. And yeah, we will get there. So, what are your thoughts on this episode? Leave a comment below. Like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'm Sky, and I'll see you in the next one.